All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. And of course, thanks for subscribing. And thanks to everyone who used our referral code. Really appreciate the support. We are back at it with the final drive for New York City, and that is getting out of New York City. So we're in Brooklyn. We're going to get from Brooklyn to Manhattan, back to New Jersey, and we're going to see how FSD can do from sort of door to door. I just activated FSD 13, version 13.2, and we're going to see what it can do and how far it can get us without any interventions. Okay, we're going to try to do our best to not take over. We had quite a few interventions in the last version for last video for Brooklyn, where certain areas to Manhattan to New Jersey and being able to not have to do anything with the occasional maybe picking up of a toll tag. Good job avoiding the pedestrian. Good job slowing down for the speed bump. But let's see what it can do. Very impressed so far. Significant rewrite over version 12 and therefore significant improvements and noticeable improvements over version 12. I am unclear what that would look like for hardware 3 cars when they get this and they get the optimized version or streamlined version of this. But I'm interested to see. So far it's been pretty rock solid in terms of the consistency that we get from it. It does some things sometimes where, hey, the sun glare bothered it the last time. It missed the limit line twice on the drive. So that's very odd. Scenarios where it was driving too close to the edge of the road down on one of these streets in Brooklyn. Very odd. But the totality of what it provides in terms of its competency and its ability to not hit curbs and not hit pedestrians, things like that, are pretty good. Needs to get over out of the bus lane. Great job here. So that's what it is. So no real critical issue like, oh, I was going to crash into this thing. No. I felt uncomfortable. Great driving, guy. Great driving. This guy's a rock star. He's got super hurry mode. Needs to get over assertively. No one's gonna let them. It has to kind of get over, or okay, here we go. Good job. Needs to get this turn. Yellow light. So we've got about an hour drive with the majority of the issues coming by way of this tunnel right here, which is the Holland Tunnel. So a lot of traffic there. Once we get out of there, it'll be smooth sailing getting back where we need to get to. It'll even be smooth sailing getting to that actual tunnel. So we should be good there. But I'll try to fast forward past the parts just to expedite the video. Good job waiting. We did not have the green. Now we have the flashing yellow where we can go. Good course correction there for that curb. And we're off. Good job so far being assertive, just navigating these lanes, getting around cars, trying to get us from point A to point B very quickly but safely. on, guy. Come on. Take your time. No one's behind us. The ever so courteous Tesla. I don't know about that spot, guy. Don't think you're gonna make it. All right, hold up, bro. Come on. Let me sneak around. Come on, car. Sneak around. She's not gonna make it. All right. Good job. Speed bump. And once again, we're getting close to this left side. Again, I don't know what it is. I think it's just sees these cars over here. It's trying to stage the right angle. But we're just a little too close to these cars. For my comfort, my preference. If it's your car, you may feel differently. My car, I want to be a little bit more of a buffer. Huge pop speed bump. Good job taking it very, very slow. And just sort of creeping through here. Come on, get over. It is so scarily close to these cars. Let me give it some, no, I'm gonna leave it. I want to leave it. I'm not pressing anything. I just left it. An abundance of caution. Here's going to be an interesting one. It needs to turn right so it can turn left. Full stop, of course. And then it needs to get over. Should be all clear to do so. Has to make this wrap around left turn when it gets the opportunity. It's got the green. Pedestrians are here. Lets the pedestrian go. Great job. Slow and methodical is okay. Got this guy turning around, bus coming, the truck is double parked. What shall we do? Can we get around them before the other cars start to come? Good turn signal. Good assertiveness. Great job. Accelerator press for me. getting ready to, but didn't do it. A little bit of lane drift there. A little weird. But it did a good job of correcting itself. Drop down to standard just because I don't know. I'd like to see what it does in standard mode versus hurry as we get ready to go to Manhattan. Didn't get a chance to test that the last couple of times. I've just always been in a hurry. right, it seems like standard is just a little more chill. It's more relaxed than hurry in terms of everything it's doing. Acceleration, in terms of its assertiveness. So it seems like it's, just as it says, standard, less aggressive, less assertive. In the instance now that we're trying to get to our destination, I'm going to jump back up to hurry to see if we can get there a little bit faster. It's very, very, sedate and relaxed, which is very comfortable. Like I said, I use it personally when I'm normally using FSD. I use standard, not hurry, just because it's very relaxing and very chill and calm. I want to say chill because there's a chill profile, but calm. But lots of lane drifting as of late. Something I've wondered for a while is, could there be an overheating issue with FSD? Meaning you use it a lot, it gets really hot. I know they have the systems in place to cool it down, but if for whatever reason, because the cabin is warm, because it's super cold outside, and it adds additional heat, just as our cameras are, getting hotter by being in the heat inside the car, would it have a bearing or impact on the performance of FSD? Because it's kind of feeling like it's getting tired just by the way it drifts in the lane. Like, I started off very crisp and just driving straight to the point for the first drive, but now we're about 3 hours into driving around the city, and it feels like it's getting tired just by the way it's drifting and kind of like just going slow and chilling. So I'm curious to know if that's a real thing, or I'm just, speculating. No turn signal. Okay, last minute turn signal. But just that maneuver right there, like it just started to veer into the lane and then decided to put the turn signal on, almost like it's, I don't want to say fatigue because that's not the right term to use for a computer, but it can be computers that get overheated tend to slow down a bit. And maybe that's what's happening right now. But we'll see. If the tunnel performance is consistent and the highway performance is consistent, then it just may be, what's happening in this moment. But if I feel like the car is drifting in the tunnel, leaning more towards one way or the other versus being as straight as it was coming in, then there might be some credence to what I'm speculating or assuming or even imagining right now. Major bumps. As you see me play around with the heating and cooling, just to make sure it's nice and cool in here and not too hot for my own personal preference, but also for the computer as well. Tucked in behind this glove box here. Yeah, something definitely seems off about its ability to stay centered in the lane. It's just meandering through these lanes, but like drifting. And that wasn't the case coming in for sure. But the more we drive, the hotter it gets, the warmer it gets in the cabin, it seems to be in a weird space. I think that person actually have hit this other car. Gee, that was close. I don't know if you guys can see it from this angle, but man, that was like centimeters close. Great job merging in here. Great job. Right, out of the tunnel, and it did pretty good in the tunnel. A little bit of getting a little close to the left side. Nothing as bad as the lane drift it had before, but definitely was pretty good in the tunnel. Didn't try to make a lane a turn in terms of a lane change. So that was good. Good job on this tunnel. The other tunnel, the Lincoln tunnel, that's the one where it needs some work. Specifically with it trying to change lanes at the last minute. Again, getting too close to this left side. Something is wrong here. Something very wrong here. It's like drifting to the left side. You can see how close and running over the lane lines on the left side it is. It's very uncomfortable for that to happen. And again, it just seems to be happening after having driven it, having had it on and active for so long, for a few hours now. I'm not sure. Could be the build, could be something else. I'm not sure. But we definitely need to get back to great lane centering like it did initially. Traffic going into that tunnel, which again is where I think the value of this becomes really great for anyone who does not have a disability. If you have a disability, the value is there because you're able to drive in circumstances where you don't have to. You can effectively go where you want to go on your own time and not have to wait for anyone. So that's great. But for anyone who just needs it outside of that, it would be more for convenience. But the convenience of not having to deal with that level of traffic on a daily basis would have $8,000, $6,000. I'm not sure, probably. If you equate how much time you lose by sitting in traffic, especially if you get to an unsupervised situation where you can actually be productive while it gets you from point A to point B, or while you sit in that traffic, that becomes more of a no-brainer. Or $99 a month, or whatever the subscription price is, becomes a no-brainer. going over the line, and it's going over the line in the visualization. So still kind of goes over the line on those turns, not changed in version 13, but at least the visualization is aligned with it. So the drifting issue is happening at low speeds. Whenever the cars go on low speeds, it tends to drift. Look how close it is to this yellow line versus being in a lane. High speeds, highway speeds, it's fine. But like at low speeds, something is happening at this moment or at this point in time where it just kind of drifts. Same thing it was doing on the streets of Brooklyn. Same thing it was doing streets of Manhattan. It's just kind of drifting here and hugging the left side of the lane for some reason. But so far, no interventions. Hopefully we can keep that up. We'll have gone an hour and 7 minutes. Me on the cusp of falling asleep because it's a very relaxing drive. It's nice and warm in here. And now we're just over the yellow line. I'm wondering if I could hit this to tap it. It just seems to be drifting. I look like I'm not in my right mind. And maybe it's a combination of truck avoidance and whatever issue it's going through, but it should definitely get back in the lane. Come on, car, get back in the lane. Please don't be any police officers nearby. Car, get over. Get over, car. Get over. Try to coach it. Get over, car. Get over. Come on. Get in that lane. A little bit touching on the median, but it was low enough that it wasn't terrible. But a little work there. Tight quarters. We're finally at our destination. And we have gotten there with zero intervention and almost zero incident, minus that little median right there. It was a ramping median, so it wasn't like a curve, but still counts the same. Again, I think things covered in salt, the sun has an impact on perception of the cameras. But overall, I think it's done a good job. It's done a pretty good job. I don't know where it's taking me here. We're going to just stop it here. Sure, we'll try to pull over somewhere, but I'm going to end it here. I'm not going to go all the way back into the woods, but we will end it here with FSD. We've got FSD version 13.2 specifically. And depending on, again, what build you have, it's going to be the same. The 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, or 4, etc. is going to be the same. So we did a great job going into the city, but more importantly for this drive, leaving from Brooklyn, right on the street. We just pulled off, turned it on, and drove all the way through Manhattan, all the way through the tunnel, all the way into New Jersey, and at our destination, sort of completely hands-free. Again, the car's not autonomous. It can't drive itself. It just has AI that can manipulate the car to drive from point A to point B without human intervention. Still a level 2 advanced, super advanced driver assistance feature. Let me know your thoughts. If you're still waiting on hardware 3 for it, fear not. It's definitely going to be worth the wait. I just don't know how much of a difference this build will be for hardware 3, but when we get it in our hardware 3 car, we'll do a head-to-head comparison to see. Overall, it should be a lot smoother in AI 4 than it is in hardware 3, but we will see what the wizards over at Tesla can do to be able to make that happen. All right? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and until the next time, enjoy your day, enjoy your Tesla.